is intended for a mature audience. If you are not 18 or older, stop listening and find more age-appropriate content. This show will cover topics in a satirical manner. If you are offended by any content herein, that is your own problem. As you have been warned, please do not try this at home, or anywhere else for that matter.
And now, for the most famous words in motorsports.
Oh, hell no!
God, I still like that intro.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Isn't it? It's all cuddly. Yeah, folks, good afternoon, and holy shit, I said the right time for once. Hey, folks, welcome to Blown Pistons on the Bad Habits Network. The show is brought to you in part by our fantastic friends at Resurrection Vapor at resurrectionvapor.com. Lines upon lines of the most utterly fantastic juices you will ever find. Everything from the diesel line to Resurrection. Oh, and when you hit 88 miles an hour on Fantology, you'll see some crazy shit.
Just like Cody did.
Yeah. Well, that's only when you try the green section. I ain't talking about making your car more, I ain't talking about driving a Prius.
No. Our sister happened to do her first burnout in a stick shift truck.
Down in Mexico.
Well, of course, in Mexico.
Yeah.
But
undisclosed location.
A burnout, nonetheless, in a truck, but a stick shift truck.
Mm-hmm. And
very successful, 6-footer, maybe a little bit more. Pretty respectable there.
Yeah, not bad for driving the old trip box.
Yep.
So, yeah, folks, check them out, resurrectionvapor.com. Oh, and you can find that fantastic juices in Ideal Vapor, 2 fantastic stores, one in Berlin, Wisconsin, fuck the police, one in Portage, Wisconsin, fuck the FDA, fuck cancer, and go fuck yourselves for not getting there fast enough. Because, goddammit, James and Jackie Greer, the boss man and boss lady, they are fantastic fucking people. They will kick your ass at pool all goddamn day long, and you will thank them for the experience. Especially after you, check everything they fucking have. Hardware, software, glassware.
Oh, I wonder if Jackie would put a bottle of juice on the line if she's ever beaten.
She just might. She is that kind of psychotic.
She is that kind of crazy.
And, shit, I gotta pull out cookies here in a second. So, yeah, folks, James and Jackie Greer, Ideal Vapor, LLC.net. Check them out and get on with it, fuckers. I gotta get your cookies out of the oven.
Thank you, Master.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We working up a hunger down here.
And Ken, I'll get to yours in a few minutes.
Next
cookies.
week, Thursday.
Next Thursday. But there's cookies in the oven, Master.
That's all right.
So let's hear about the new car.
All right, I committed and I stepped my game up. I bought myself a 1998 Toyota Camry V6.
Also known as the most boring car in America.
Ever. Just
Ever.
like when you picture a boring sedan, like that is it. Like
right.
It is the epitome of boring. Like I don't think anyone will ever look twice at it, and no one would ever expect me to be driving it.
Right.
It's so boring. It's even an auto magic too, like just nothing. Like it's got all the bells and whistles and doodads except the sunroof.
Leather?
Nope, cloth luckily.
Oh. You know what? A lot of people prefer the leather, but coming from after dealing with leathers for so many winters, I've actually preferred cloth now.
Leather's too slippery. I always slide around in it.
Well, not only that, but leather in winter is absolutely miserable.
Well, I mean, odds are if it had leather, it probably would have had heated seats.
Right, but when you're trying to go somewhere right away, you have to wait for that cold fucking seat to warm up. And then it burns your little taint, so you got to turn that shit back down.
I don't know. I'm typically that jerk that just like goes out like an hour before he's got to go somewhere, never even scrapes his windows, just fires it up.
Yep.
Leaves her running until everything's cleared off and defrosted. And I mean, I've left my house and forgot a vehicle running because it was too quiet. It happens. The old shitbox Lancer last winter, I fired it up and then needed to go somewhere, so I got out, fired the truck up, and left in the truck. Came back like 6 hours later, and that Lancer was just still sitting there idling away. I was like, oops. No big deal. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Preventative maintenance.
Yeah, you get get the oil all the way up to temp really good. Make sure there's no contaminants left in it. But
And if there was snow under it, you're just doing a leak test, making sure nothing's leaking.
I'm pretty sure by the time I got home there was no snow left under it. Just traps that nice pocket of hot air under there. It's good.
Slowly. Is that your plan to avoid shoveling your driveway?
Yes. Just keep moving the car back like a foot at a time. Let it run for a couple hours. Back it up another foot.
Oh, it's dry. Back it up. Did you know that's actually illegal to flamethrower your driveway?
I saw that. Guy got arrested for flamethrowing. It was Michigan or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, right. But why? I mean, it's an effective measure.
Some people are too sensitive.
Get a little Tiger torch and...
I don't know. We'll see. I might have to get a blade for the tractor this year.
Yeah, you gotta make sense of that tractor somehow.
Also debating selling it, but,
Yeah, it looked pretty minty. The paint looked alright.
It's not bad. It's besides, the rear of the back fender is a little crumpled up. Somebody must have picked something up and smashed it into it, but, if a body guy sat there and banged on it with a hammer for a while, he could probably straighten it all out.
Hook smash.
Yeah, except probably gently. You don't want to be too rough on that, because they're original fenders, so...
Right.
I mean, you can get, the cheap Chinese repops for, $100 a side, but then you still got to paint them and tweak them until they fit, because odds are they're not going to line up to anything.
No. That's anything aftermarket.
Well, especially, the cheap Chinesium from the Walmart of the internet, Amazon.
Yep.
Where all the quality tractor parts come from, clearly.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Built by Amazon.
Did you cross-reference that with a Ford dealership?
No, I don't check on any of that. I mean,
it would just be funnier than hell for you to walk. We should record this. Record you walking into a Ford dealership and be like, "I need parts for this Ford."
Here's my VIN number. They'll be like, "It's missing a bunch of numbers." I'll be like, "What?" What do you mean? It's not only supposed to be 7 characters long? Come on now.
Can we dress you up like a complete farmer too, complete hick, and some red flare? What you mean, boy? It's a Ford.
Just bought this thing, it's brand new. Now my buddy's got one too. His is all restored now. He's got new paint on it and ordered one of everything off Amazon for it. Because might as well.
It'd be real fun with that. Turn it into a tractor puller.
Something tells me 23 horsepower is not going to be that much of a puller.
Make it not 23 horsepower.
There is 0 performance parts for those things. They have 2.5 main bearings on them.
Do you have a welder?
I do.
Then your options are endless.
I mean,
you don't have a tool? Make one.
True. I mean, something about not having compression probably doesn't help its case much either.
No. But, if you put a couple stocks on there and, kind of rebuilt the frame and then threw a V8 on top of it, you're
thinking
good.
just an itty-bitty little turbo on it, mainly just for the noises. I don't think it'll make any more power, but...
maybe. Maybe a little boxer motor.
Just a cute little turbo on it, Yeah. Something that you'd put on a moped, basically.
A boxer motor would be hilarious. Like a Subaru motor.
God, I want it to be reliable.
Hey, my Subaru's here today.
Yeah, but it's on the back of a tow truck. I don't know that counts.
No, not the Subaru.
I get it towed a block away from where I'm going, then I fire it up and drive it in, so it looks really reliable.
Right?
Can't blow a head gasket if it never gets up to temp.
Right? But, no, this car's been really good to me so far, so...
Well, I mean, from the looks of it, people have been all over that thing before, so odds are most of that stuff's been done.
Oh, yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's been beat to fucking hell.
Rolled over twice.
I wouldn't go that far, but maybe the odometer's been rolled over twice.
Jumped through a ditch a few times. The usual.
Right. The usual Subaru things.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point of having an all-wheel drive car if you don't test out the all-wheel drive?
Right. Which I'm actually looking forward to winter with it. I'm a little scared because I don't have fender wells or fender plastic, inner fender wells.
Just put a grocery bag in there or something. Caulk it in place.
Right, something like that. We'll get creative there.
They probably sell new ones of those.
They do.
But they're probably money.
Yeah. I don't think they're that bad, though. I got to talk to my buddy of mine. Because I guess they call them splash guards or something like that. So it'll be interesting because my fenders have vents in them. Like they're the aftermarket fiberglass ones. So.
Yeah, that might take some finagling around to try to get everything to fit, but.
Yeah.
I imagine you want something to keep just all the salt and snow from packing onto everything.
Right. Why your fenders look so flared?
That's just
snow.
There's 4 tons of snow packed in there. Be like the front bumper is now scraping the ground.
Right.
It's a Subaru snowplow then.
Right. Well, I mean, I've already took some bed liner and just bed linered all the paint in there just to put some kind of protection up there.
Yeah, I'd just let it rot out. It's just a Subaru.
It's a good car, though.
I mean, it's not like a sweet Toyota Camry, you know. That's something you take care of. I'm probably going to park that thing for the winter, you know.
Oh, okay.
Keep her nice.
You know, I've seen some kids get wild with Subaru or some Toyotas.
Yeah, this one's going to just stay boring as fuck. Like,
old man sedan.
Fuck yeah. I am tempted to shave all the emblems off it, though, because they're that hideous gold package.
Okay.
And they're god-awful ugly. It's like a metallic tan with gold emblems, and I'm like, bleh.
But for the price you paid for it.
Yeah, and I mean, I drove it home with, like, you know, I didn't even have to put gas in it or nothing to get it home.
No coolant? No oil?
No, didn't need any fluids. Like, everything works on it. Cruise works, heat works, air works, all the windows work. Like, the only thing that's ever been played with on this is somebody put an aftermarket stereo in it.
Wow.
Yeah, and it even got like 27 different colors you can choose from on that thing. That's how fancy they put it in there. I was like, woo.
Ooh, you're in the luxury body.
Well, you know, I mean, I drove it home. That's as far as it's made it, you know. Guy might just end up selling it before he ever drives it.
You know, personally, I'd probably keep that as, you know, because you were talking about having a car that's not going to fold itself in half.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's 4-door, so again, hauling the little
kiddos,
humans around. And
yeah. And it's not all rusted out, so you're not going to have to worry about it folding up on you.
Yeah, and it's quiet. Kind of weird.
Yeah. It'd be good to haul the kiddos around, you know, if you want to keep it for that and get rid of the Dodge.
Whoa. I've been trying to give the Dodge away. Somebody won't take it.
Make it a race car. Come race with me.
It's got a Mitsubishi 3.0 in it. Like, why do I want to go lose a race?
Because there's other cars trying so hard.
I mean, I might be able to beat, like, a Cavalier, but I don't think I fit in the class since it's an automatic and a V6.
Well, there's a Road Warrior class now.
It's definitely not fast enough to compete in that.
Oh, but you could still turn some laps. For Christ's sake, there's a 300M out there.
It might make like 2 laps. It might beat that guy.
I was going to say, there's an old Chrysler 300 out there.
If he's got like the 2.7 in it, I might be able to just beat him on reliability alone. Like,
Right. He tries. He tries. He won like one race. But
that's better than I would have expected.
Yeah.
I would have been like, he made it a lap and it blew up.
What are you doing this weekend?
I have my little humans, but I don't know what I'm doing with them yet.
Because the speed, it's the final championship this weekend, 2-day show, Friday and Saturday night.
Oh, I do have hearing protection for the little humans because I bought it last year, year before, because I was going to take them up to Jefferson, and then it rained.
Yeah.
So we never ended up going.
I heard about that this year. It kind of sucked because it was like every Saturday rain.
Yeah, it's been a kind of a rough year for any of the motorsports, really. Like, even the drag racing and stuff, like, you know, they'll just get the track dried off. They'll run, like, 2 cars. It'll start raining again.
Right.
You know, it's like...
Like, fuck you right here.
Pretty much. It's been a tough year for all that, but, I mean, you know, guys that like to go off mudding and stuff, it's probably been a good year for that, but...
Right.
I don't
Maybe for the dirt trackers, they probably appreciate it, but...
Keeps her greasy.
Yeah, it keeps... You know, and that's another thing I've been thinking about is like how much racing there is, you know, because there's ice racing, there's fucking dirt track racing about an hour away from where I live,
You might as well build one of every single one. I mean, you got nothing but time on your hands, right?
Oh, and I got lots of money.
It's definitely not like you work 2 jobs or anything.
No. One of them being at a parts store. No.
And then have like 16 kids running around. I mean, yeah, you got nothing but time to go racing every single day.
Right?
So you might as well step it up.
Just
might as well
24
do lawnmower racing too. Tractor pulling, truck pulling. I mean, I'd say go for it.
Right.
I know a guy that'll sponsor you with a beater lawnmower you can fix up or something. Doesn't have reverse, but it's got high gear. That's all you really need to go
for tractor pulling. Oh yeah. But I think I found my next car that I want to build too.
Uh-oh.
A Chevy Sonic.
Oh yeah, you were showing me that. kind of sporty looking little thing. Weird little oddball hatchback.
I think it'd be hard to spin.
You might be able to just put like loops over it and just make one of them rolling cars out of it.
Yeah, but I'm not interested in that though.
No,
but I think it'd be hard to spin because there's not much quarter on that. There's not much rear quarter.
I don't know. It might still be kind of squirrely. Them things look kind of short.
Short, bumper to bumper wise, yes, but width wise, they seem a little wide. Not too wide, but
go find like a totaled out Cobalt SS with the supercharged engine in it and stuff that in there.
You can't run superchargers though.
Just
no forced induction.
Just tell them it's not a supercharger. Tell them your power steering pump whines a lot.
Yeah.
Power steering pump's getting funny. You'd be like, why does that look like a supercharger? In fact, it looks like a big giant aftermarket one. No, that's a power steering pump.
That's
that's a smog pump.
That's not turbo. That's an alternator.
Yeah, it's got 6 alternators under there. That's all. It's got electric assist. Windows.
Right. Because you need windows in a race car.
Yes. It's important. I mean, the last time I went drag racing, I got yelled at because I had the air conditioning going.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They got pissy because my car was dripping the condensation out onto the track.
Oh, shit.
I was like, oops, my bad.
Yeah, they tend to get pissy whether you leak any fluid.
Yeah. I mean, luckily they didn't, like, totally shut me down because it was just water. And I was like, oh, sorry, I had the AC on. He's like, why do you have the AC on? I was like, it's getting warm in there.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was joking around to a couple people. I was like, yeah, maybe I'll leave the HVAC unit on. That way I can turn on the air conditioner when I'm racing. They're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, take all 4 horsepower and just disappear it.
And actually, I learned a big lesson because I was trying to figure out, like, oh, man, I got to buy an air compressor bypass pulley, right?
I
No.
don't think so.
No, I don't, because they actually made a Cavalier without air conditioning.
Yeah, I think all it's got is, an extra idler pulley or something on there?
It was just one pulley extra.
Yeah, it's got like an idler pulley just so that the belt kind of stays
No,
out
no.
of something, isn't it?
No, not even that. They make a shorter belt for a car without air conditioning.
Well, there's always ways around that. You just got to make sure shit spins the right direction when you're done.
Right. And oh my god, the belt is so short on that car. Easily done from the bottom half, like easily done when the bumper's off.
Well, and if you get rid of the power steering too, like you have just nothing.
I thought about it, but I'm gonna keep the power steering on.
Keep
Because
the power steering, huh?
Because after I don't know, 20, 30 laps, you're gonna be pretty tired.
Not really. I mean, if you're moving, it should steer okay.
Right, but then you got all the yellow flags. Sometimes you'll have to stop, and then you're struggling to get it lined up in the pits.
Oh, come on now.
So I'm going to keep the power steering on.
You'd think with all them detailing muscles, you should be able to turn that.
I'm going to say hard pass on that one. Don't cut your fingers.
You don't worry about my fingers. They'll grow back. You know what you do is you go one of the newer vehicles, you get the electric power steering. Steal that off of there. Then you don't even have to worry about the parasitic drag on the engine.
Right, that'd be cool.
I'm sure you could find somebody at a junkyard to sponsor you with one of those.
But then I lose all feeling.
No, they have the feedback in the column. You know, they got like drag that's mechanically added to the column.
It's fake.
Yeah, just because it feels weirdly disconnected doesn't mean anything.
Maybe with the Sonic. Maybe the Sonic will have one.
I I think they might, depending what year it is. I forget what year
2012-ish.
And that's iffy. Because I know by like 15 or something, most things all had the electric power steering, which,
Right.
I mean, it's cool until it fucks up, and then...
And then you're in the wall.
Yeah. Not a big deal.
Right. It's just a bruise.
That's what you got a cage for, right? Yeah, you're required to have a cage in those, so you'll be all right.
Yeah. Sure.
You know, it grows back.
Depends on how hard you pull it.
I don't know. I mean, you got that thing done yet? You've been out doing burnouts with it?
No, I'm working on the exhaust right now.
Exhaust
I got-
on a race car?
I got I put a 2.4 Buick Regal header on it, and I've been working on trying to find the other half of the exhaust,
Like the collector side of it, or
pretty much where you have the exhaust manifold,
yeah,
which the stock 2.2 had a little bitty manifold on it, not room for any power. Like, okay. Then you look at the Buick Regal, or the 2.4 Buick Regal header, and it's all like wimpy, beefy. So the ports are a lot bigger. I'm going to get, it's pretty much free ported. And then all I have to do is get the collector. So I went to the junkyard, and we were looking around, and I was like, oh, hey, there's a Malibu V6. There's a Malibu V6. And then just as my friend says, hey, man, you might want to look for a newer Malibu. Right in front of me was a newer Malibu. I'm like, no way. No fucking way. So I pop the hood, and it says Ecotech right on top of the motor. I'm like, that's the fucker I'm looking for. So I go up to the guy working the scrapyard. I'm like, I need number 7. And he goes, that's going to work for you? I'm like, dude, that's my gold right there. Nice. And he brought it up. They put it on this like really fancy beam so you could like crawl under there without, dying. And he sets it down there, and I'm already under the car trying to figure out like, oh my God, do I have to cut this shit off, or what do I got to do? And the guy looks at me like, fuck, you trust it. Okay, it's good with me. I'm like, hey man, I'm just trying to get out of here. I got places to be. And
well, I mean, you're typically late anyways. So
yeah, right. So anyway, these guys next to me, they have a hacksaw, and all I have is a grinder with like half of what a wheel normally is. So I'm all like praying to God I don't have to cut shit. Well, it turns out after the pipe goes off the catalytic or off the header. It goes into a flange, and then it goes immediately to the catalytic, and then it bends down and goes under the car. Well, there was already a section of pipe missing, so I didn't have to cut or anything. So I'm like, okay, well, do I have to cut below the cat? Or I'm like, wait, there's a bolt right there, and it can't be that easy. Sure as shit, I backed that bolt out, fucker dropped right down, and I'm like, oh, yes. Yes. So I fucking... I take it up to there, and all right, well, we can't sell you the cat. I'm like, that's fine. I don't need the cat. I need this flange, and if you could throw the rest of the pipe in, I'm fucking cool with that. They're $10.
Nice.
And I'm like, how much do you? If that's the price, I'm gonna need all 4 injectors, and I'm gonna need the intake manifold too.
Yeah, you almost might as well. I mean, if they're willing to let you steal parts off the engine, odds are the engine's probably blown up then.
Well, there was a crack in the exhaust manifold. I seen that. So I'm like, okay, thank God. I already have one.
Well, either way, I mean, for a race car, I don't know that it'd really matter that much.
Right. I mean, as long as it's all stamped with GM, they're going to be like, oh, it's factory.
Look, it's even broken. Look at that.
Yeah, right? Well, I tried to weld it, but I don't think I could weld cast.
Yeah, you kind of can.
Yeah.
I don't know that
Probably not with...
trust it to hold up for a daily driver, but for a race car, oh sure.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the worst that happens? It cracks again and gets loud again. Like, oh no.
Right. Well, there's a 108 decibel limit from the 8th row of the bleachers.
I don't know that an Ecotech with no exhaust even makes 108 decibels,
Dude,
does it?
Dude, I had to drive it from my buddy's exhaust shop to my shop, which may be 2 or 3 blocks at most. It's, walking distance. But open header is fucking loud. My ears were almost bleeding. Because, again, it's right in front of me. And there's holes where the HVAC used to be.
Yeah, and I suppose you got no windows and all that
No,
fun.
the windows were in it.
Wow, you still got windows in that thing? You're slacking.
Yeah, well, it's sitting outside a lot of times. And it's like, until I get a car out of the shop and that car in the shop, then I'll probably take out the windows, but I'm trying to keep it, at least the inside, dry mostly.
I don't know, I feel like it defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
But I guess keep it dry for now until
Right.
once the windows are out, it's going to get wet in there. Like, I'd have done it already just out of boredom.
Oh, yeah, I've thought about it, but I'm actually waiting for my guy, because my guy said he can cut them out versus me having to break them out and clean up all the glass. I was like, I don't really want to clean up all
You
the
just
glass.
order one of it's like a putty knife, basically, that goes on a Sawzall. They have them on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. Spray some soapy water around it or Windex and just
Yeah, I've
chop it
seen
right
that.
out.
I've seen that.
And then I would know a guy that had one just conveniently close by and I could borrow it.
Yeah,
You know.
be pretty cool. I got to put a front window in it yet. Might get some side windows for it too.
Like
Yeah,
Lexan.
Yeah, I'm gonna run a Lexan front window for sure.
Then you could put like your business name up there, I suppose.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna get some. I've also priced out 16 gauge steel, so I could add my my side skirts, so I can do the side skirts on it and put my business name down there.
Wow, those things are kind of expensive. They're like $32 for that thing.
Right.
Hi, sweeties.
Welcome back, bud.
Greetings. Did you bring cookies with?
Go fuck yourself. They're sitting upstairs on the stove.
Oh, here you go. The one with the Sawzall that comes with it is $700. And it's
Jesus.
just a DeWalt, like 20-volt cordless Sawzall.
Jesus, I have one of those.
Oh,
on
and
my
it comes with a DVD and a pair of safety glasses, though. Sold. I'll take 2 of them for that price, then.
So I'd like to thank you fuckers for not burning down the studio while I was away.
Well, I don't smoke anymore, so I don't have any fire with me.
That you know of.
What are you talking about, man? You spitting straight fire.
You're a welder. There's wires around here. We know you can do shit.
That takes a lot of effort.
So,
I already worked today. I'm feeling lazy.
things can happen.
I mean, I still need to, like, rewind my garage door at some point, but that's not going to happen today either.
You know how to do that?
Kind
I
of.
got a couple doors.
The problem is I changed the whole door out. So it was an old, like from the 80s, I guess, wooden door. And it was just obnoxiously heavy and kind of rotten out and waterlogged. And the door I replaced it with is an aluminum one, so it's like massively lighter. Well, obviously the amount of wines is totally different. Like, I wound it, it was nowhere near enough. Then I wound it was too many wines. Then I wound it, and it was like, must be like one wine shy or something, because like, it went all the way up, no problem, and like, right as it went before it came down, the cables popped off. I was like, fuck.
Right.
But I think if I throw like 21 wines in her, I think it'll be good to go, and looks a lot nicer, and it's going to actually seal, which is awesome too.
Right.
It should hold some heat in there this winter a little bit better.
Yeah, that's always good.
That's what I spent my Saturday? Yeah, Saturday I did that. Just tore my garage door out. Lit the old one on fire, of course, just for
Yeah,
good
of
measure.
course.
Good measure. You don't want that stuff sitting around.
Don't let Rose see it. She'll want to burn it.
Well, the new one's metal, so it'll be fine. She won't burn that one. The old one, it gave off some like weird yellowy color as it burned and stuff, and like I'm pretty sure you weren't supposed to breathe that in, so I just didn't go too close to it while it was burning. I just kept...
Is that from all the times you peed on it?
No, I'm assuming it's like just some sort of arsenic or something. Like, I imagine it's treated wood of some type, but I just didn't get too close to it while it was burning. I just kept throwing the chunks on and wandering off again.
Yeah, my derby buddy had a fire at his house before Monday.
Like an unintentional one or an intentional
An intentional one.
Okay.
But it was most epic because his entire pile of scrap, and I do mean quote-unquote scrap, like the headliner, bumpers, and all that, eventually got put in the fire.
Well, I mean, if it's plastic, it'll burn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a nice black fire, and it was most epic.
I don't know, my landlord was throwing a bunch of garage sale leftovers in there, including like an old gas can and all kinds of stuff, so like, I just kept the back door to the garage closed. I was like, I don't want to breathe all that shit today.
Right.
You know, because like, once I was putting in the garage door, I'm like, I no longer can open it to have like any sort of cross breeze through there, so.
Right.
It's all in. It's brown, unfortunately. You know, my house is black and white, but
If it's brown, flush it down.
I'll probably paint it or something in the
If
spring.
it's yellow, let it mellow.
No, I would definitely not put a yellow door in my house. Ever. Ever. Just never.
No.
But I'm excited for that. And I also picked up a wall mount heater for this year versus the floor standing one, so that'll help, especially with, you know, we got winter like a couple weeks away here, so I'm supposed to be like 90 next week and then snow the week after, I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
You know, it's Wisconsin, so
It's Wisconsin.
I'm just assuming,
Right.
you know.
I'm actually looking forward to winter. It's gonna be a little bit fun.
Winter's horrible.
Yes, but not when you work part-time for a snowplow removal company.
Why don't you just go buy a plow truck?
I got something better than that. Well, I don't. My buddy does. He just bought a Kubota side-by-side with a heated, air-conditioned cab, radio, and hydraulic. So I have a hydraulic plow.
I mean, for the money he spent on that, he could have bought like a really nice plow truck.
He has 4 of them.
Okay. 4 side-by-sides or 4 plow trucks?
4 plow trucks.
Okay. He could have bought a skidster.
He has one of those.
Then why the side-by-side?
For me.
Just because?
No, just because I do a lot of the sidewalk work for him. So we're gonna put like a 4 or 5 foot plow on it, and we're gonna put trailer tires on it to kind of narrow the tires and to tuck them in a little bit. And
Hope
yeah.
you get enough grip to keep moving.
Yep. Pray I get enough grip. Yep.
Well, I mean, although it's not yours, so it's probably under warranty.
I just send it, bud.
Just give her.
It's like a 3-cylinder diesel, so it'll just go.
Put a baby turbo on that, too.
There's turbo. I think it's turboed.
It might be.
It might be.
Put like 3 on there, 1 for each cylinder.
3 stacks.
Yes. Each with their own clapper. Get it to play music as it idles.
Dude, that'd be funny. Pop, 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 pop.
Like, I need variable timing on all cylinders. That way I can change the song it plays.
Man, I was watching this interesting video about how how they measure sound of cars, how that can all be like transponded, how they get their sound and everything. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
I think they should measure the sound of my truck and then make everything sound like that. I've been told a lot that it's kind of loud, but
Nah, if it's too loud, you're too old.
I've got mufflers picked out for it. I've just never got around to ordering them. It's only been a year. I mean, that's not terrible, really.
Hey, I mean, there's mufflers out there, $30 a pop.
Yeah, but I need, like, straight-through ones that are, like, not offset or anything.
Just there for show.
Essentially, something to take some of the popping and cackle out of it, because, like, now that it's a manual, it does a lot of weird popping and stuff. Like, with the heavier flywheel in it, it just holds the RPM a lot longer.
Right.
And maybe sometimes it'd be nice to hear yourself think when you're in traffic. I don't know.
Nah, you don't need to do that.
I haven't clearly put mufflers on it yet.
You just gotta wear a jean jacket and just say, send it.
Get a mullet.
A mullet, yep. be willing to take it off some sweet jumps.
I would totally jump that thing. Like, I give no fucks. What am I going to do? It's a Chevy truck. Like, worst I'm going to do is break something and I have to go get another one.
Right.
Like, really bad. I fold the truck in half and then I go, oops, and I start over with another shitbox Chevy truck. You know, they're nothing special. Like, you can throw away a couple thousand Chevys. You're not going to make them rare.
Right.
Especially not like a mid-90s Chevy. Like, I think that was like one of the most prevalent body styles of Chevy pickup.
Oh, yeah, most popular. Yeah.
Guys still think they're worth money, though. That's the problem.
I know what I have. Don't try to lowball me.
Getting almost as bad as, you know, diesel guys like, oh, I want $3,000 for my 96 half-ton Chevy pickup. And I'm like, dude, I'd give you $150 for it. Like, they're not worth anything. They're ugly.
Right. Man, there was the one that had me cracking up. This Dodge guy was trying to sell his truck. And the comments were like, he was asking like $15,000 for his Dodge Cummins. And people were like, what the hell, man? You got a couple gold bars in the glove box? Like,
Yes.
does that truck come with gold? You know, holy.
Yeah, them guys are just nuts. Like, oh, it's only got 480,000 miles. It's just getting broke in. It hasn't had an oil change in 100,000 miles, but I want $40,000 from it.
Right.
It's like, dude, you could literally stand up where the seat should be. Oh, yeah, that's fine. They sell patch panels for that. The engine runs great, though. I'm like, the Cummins engine, yeah, they're good, but they're not worth that kind of money. Like,
Right.
Like, even, I don't know, like 10 years ago or so. About 10 years ago, I owned a first-gen Cummins. Like, everybody wanted a small fortune for them, and I found a farmer dude, and I was like, you know, that had one up. And, like, I think I gave, like, $1,500 or $1,800 for it. Like, drove it home. The body was just done for. Like, they used it as a wood hauling truck and, like, literally would just cut 10-foot sections of tree and just dump it over the side of the box with a tractor.
Nice.
So you could tell, you knew, like, the box was just emac.
Oh, yeah, the box was done.
You know, you had to ratchet strap the box sides in, close the tailgate, and then ratchet strap them in further to get the tailgate to stay closed. Like, it was pristine.
Flatbed. Fuck it.
Nope, I went and found a half-rotted-out box in the junkyard and smashed that on there.
There you go.
I'm not a big flatbed fan, like, especially, like, what I haul around. Like, it's randomly usually, like, car parts, scrap metal, shit like that. Like,
Right.
I don't like to strap stuff.
Yeah, you need the back sides.
Yeah, I don't like to strap stuff down.
So no strap-ons?
No strap-ons.
Phrasing.
Michael! Sorry. That was a Michael moment.
I'm still disappointed he didn't bring any cookies down with him. Guy's over here working up a hunger.
Go fuck yourself.
Hey, I might. Don't tempt me. What day of the week is it? Monday?
It's Monday.
Yeah. Cody should be over at your place.
She's at work.
So?
Like another hour at least. And then she still has an hour drive.
And?
I think she's coming here for dinner, though.
Yes, she is. Making tacos.
Sounds legit.
Tacos, that's what we're doing? I'm fucking excited. What time's that at?
6 or 7.
Ooh, nice. Okay, I might have to graze at some more cookies before then. I mean, I did have to borrow my car back from Cody, because, you know... Well, she's not driving it, so I just kind of got it back. But I'm going to try to give it to her again.
Oh, yeah, give it to her.
It's a Dodge Stratus, like, it's a great car. She should totally cape it. I mean, it's better than breaking her Volvo trying to drive an hour each way, you know.
Oh, she's driving your truck right now?
No, she is driving someone else's truck.
Oh, yes.
But she was driving my car while I had her car getting fixed.
How is that coming?
Oh, it's done. She drove it like last weekend and this weekend, so...
Is it all sealed up?
I don't know. It seems to be. It's leaking something, but I'm pretty sure it's power steering fluid. Like
shit.
It's coming right out of the side of the rack somewhere.
Yeah. My power steering rack is leaking. You want to fix that, buddy?
We're just going to eliminate it. We'll do manual steering.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, power steering.
Why?
Because it's so much easier. path of least resistance.
You know, back in my day, we didn't have power steering or power brakes.
Okay, Kyle.
Yeah, I don't like changing steering racks on most things. Most of them are a pain in the ass.
Subaru's none the different.
I imagine Subarus are even worse. Like, you practically have to drop the engine out of the way to get spark plugs out.
Yeah, I got a guy for that. He said he charged me $80 for it.
$80 to, like, drop the engine down and change your spark plugs?
Just to change
I think you can
spark plugs.
squeak in there, though, on those, can't you?
I've heard you could, if you take out, like, the battery and some other stuff. Airbox and whatnot.
Just to change the spark plugs.
Just change spark plugs.
Yes, dismantle half of car.
Because you see...
Do your basic tune-up,
Because
put car
you
back
see,
together.
your car is a Honda Fit, so your spark plugs are going to be on top of the motor. Easy to get
I'm
to.
aware.
Easy to get to. Like, the most, like, journeyman or layman of auto parts could do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my Subaru's pistons are facing horizontally, so they move...
They're pancake cylinders, yeah.
Yeah, they move sideways.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a Porsche, or famously, like, Porsche or Boxer motor.
And it's also called pancake cylinders when you're talking about a motorcycle.
It's also called garbage.
Yeah, so they go this way, so my spark plugs are right next to the frame rails.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would just hole saw holes, like, so I could just get straight at it.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
seriously, just like sawzall, like part of the body, put it on hinges. That way, just lift it up. Basically, like gull wing door your front fenders.
No, just get a hole saw and punch a hole right through the frame and just get a
But
ratchet in.
that'll look like shit.
No, I can weld
Nobody will
pipes in
see it.
there. Like, you could just have ports then, basically.
Yeah,
You
sleeve
could
it.
weld it back shot. Like,
Well,
it's
no,
not that
I'm
big a
aware of
deal.
that, but it's like, why cut a hole just to take out a hole? Why not just take the whole fucking thing, cut it off, and basically make it also look cool as fuck that you can just lift the fenders?
I still don't think it would get out of the way enough. Like,
Because even if you got the fenders out of the way, you still have
'Cause I
to
think-
go around the frame.
I think, like the control arms
Well,
or
no,
whatever.
that you
are
can
all the
just
way.
do whatever the fuck you want with, because, it's only the structure of the car. Who cares?
Saws all that off and just do like a full on like
Well, what you could do is
struck
drill
front end with a
drill a-
straight axle.
drill a big enough hole through the frame and then sleeve it.
Yeah,
That way you don't lose any structural integrity.
I would want it big enough I could fit my hand up in there though, because I always like to start spark plugs by hand if I can. So
Well, you can use an extension for that.
impact, because I mean it's just a Subaru. You just cross thread them in
Fucking
there.
impact.
It's not going to live to the next set of spark
You
plugs
have
anyways.
to cross thread them anyway, because that car has so much power it just blows them out.
So much power and so little balancing that it just vibrates them straight out of this pocket. Like, why are you putting red Loctite on there? I thought you were supposed to use anti-seize. No, it's a Subaru. You
So-
red Loctite those in and cross-thread them.
So another thing I did to the race cars, I put a short throw shifter in it, which it's freaking awesome.
What brand did you go with?
It's a B&M.
I've actually heard they make a pretty decent
Yeah.
one for a
Well,
lot of
actually, it's a Ralco, but it's the same thing as a B&M shifter.
those. The Walmart B&M.
Ralco is?
I have no
Oh,
clue.
okay.
I've never heard of the
I don't know,
company.
but all I know is this thing's all billet, and it actually has a little bit of weight to it, which means okay if this the shift knob's even weighted, so I know I'm pretty sure this car's not going to come out of gear unless I put it out of gear.
Did you put a boat throttle on it yet? So you can just like... You won't even need your feet then to drive.
No, unless my foot gets that injured, I'll put a boat throttle on it.
I would anyways. And then just do like a hand clutch on the shifter.
I'm handy capable, damn it.
They'd be like, we watched you walk up to the car and get in. I know. I'm just fucking lazy, okay? Like the seat's
you have the
seat's not bolted in. It goes sliding all over the place. It's hard to keep your feet on the pedals.
And you have the most complicated hand rigging system there
Yes.
is. Like, I'm lazy. That doesn't look like. Have you tried that shit? Have you ever been in a handicapable
I've
person's
done
car?
it once, but that one still had the pedals.
Yeah.
So it was as opposed to trying to figure it all out, because like that one had it was like a solo stick for doing everything. Like,
So this lady, I cleaned her vehicle. It's a Range Rover, the one that's Range Rover, one of them that's supercharged, and
No more till after dinner.
So anyway, this thing is freaking weird because you pull toward you, right, to accelerate, and then you twist it. Or actually, I think you twist it to stop,
Yeah, they're a weird setup.
It's interesting.
Yeah, the one I drove, it was something like that. You had to push, you pulled it towards you and whatever direction for turning, and, forward was stopping, and it was... Mm-hmm. I don't know how you're supposed to do burnouts in them. I really don't.
Where there's a tripper, there's a way.
Yeah, I mean, they'd be even more pissy because I'd be like, well, where's the clutch? And they'd be like, what do you mean? I'd be like, I want a manual. But yeah, you could make it all happen. It's just, it's very touchy until you get used to it. It takes some guys a lot of practice to learn how to drive that shit.
How about breathalyzers? Are you good with those yet?
Well, I mean, I refuse to drive anybody's vehicle that has a breathalyzer because I'm not putting my fucking mouth where your mouth's been 6,000 times, But the trick is to hum.
I've had to do two types of kinds. I've had the hum one, and I've had the straight blow and then suck. And anytime I have someone that does that, I'm like, okay, I require a new mouthpiece because I'm not touching your shit.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to do it twice, I think, ever. But for the most part, if people have that, I'm like, no. Unless you're here, your vehicle's not getting moved. And, I haven't even drank in 2 years, so it's not like I have to worry about passing it, but...
Right, well, there's also, I've heard that you can also call in and get a code, so you can just bypass that altogether.
I think you gotta be, a legit shop, though. I'm just some backwoods hillbilly,
Right.
If I was going to bother to call in for a code, I would just bypass the wiring for a little while. Mm-hmm. They'd be like, somebody's been tampering with your unit. And he'd be like, what? I'd be like, look, your vehicle just starts without that now. But it looks like it works.
Oh, by the way, here's the code if you ever get drunk and intoxicated the day.
Oh, yeah. That's just what they need. Oh... Here, you have an Intoxilock. Here, why don't I bypass that for you? I think it's probably, I imagine, that's a pretty healthy criminal charge.
Oh, yeah.
Something tells me.
Yeah, my brother was on it my brother just got off of it, and he was on it for, a good couple of years. I think he has 2.
Yuck. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things, they're a good concept, but, they don't have them on motorcycles yet, which is probably a good thing. And there's a lot of ways around it, there is. None of them are legal, of course, but that doesn't stop most of them. Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that new Corvette? Did we talk about that yet?
I think they're hideous.
I'd buy one.
Mainly because I can't afford it. I'm just going to shit
Fair
talk
point.
it,
I can't afford it either, but if it was gifted to me, I'd fucking rock it.
I'd win or beat it. I mean, it's not going to rust out.
That's true. I'd put an all-wheel drive conversion in it.
I don't think there's any steel left in those because I don't even think the diffs or anything are steel on them anymore.
Yeah. Of course, rear-wheel drive mid-engine would be fun to drift around. Like that Viper I had. Oh, that car was insane. Anybody could go and buy a car like that and then hit a drift circuit right away.
Totally, yeah. No chance of just smashing up your really expensive car doing that.
Really expensive? Shit, man. That car's $30,000.
Yeah. That's fucking expensive.
For a trip box.
I mean, I really splurged on that Camry and went $600 on it.
Are you saying you turn one down for $500?
A Viper?
Yeah.
I'd have to flip a coin about it.
You'd have to consult with the lady about it?
No, I mean, not yet. I don't have a live-in or anything, so I don't have to worry about that just yet. But either way, for $500, I would have to think about it pretty hard.
Right.
Because, I mean, I wouldn't even be able to get out of the parking lot without needing a new set of tires.
That's very true.
Because I'd be like, well, let's see how good of a burnout this thing will do. And then I would just cord the tires, and I'd be like, oops.
New tires, day 2. Well, it is a Viper, Let's see if we can do it again.
Pretty much. People would be like, why are you ordering 15-inch rims in Viper pattern? Be like, well, you see, I got a lot of 15s laying around.
Do you know how wide those tires are?
They wouldn't be when I was done with it.
Do you know how wide those tires are?
It would have like some reverse offset, like 8 wides only, because I'd be like, well, I can afford these, but I can only have one set of them.
They'd be so fucking stretched. I swear to God, it's a 10-inch rim back there because it's a 300 series tire.
Yeah, it's probably at least a 10. They might even be wider than that on the newer ones.
Yeah.
And they still don't hook up worth a fuck.
No, they don't. I mean, you push that, you let off that clutch a little too long or too soon, and you're wee.
I think I'd rather have one of the fucking Viper engine trucks instead.
The RT10s.
Yeah. At least then I could put like 10,000 pounds in the bed of it and see if it'll do a wheelie.
What about a Cyclone? Would you do a Cyclone?
Oh, absolutely.
I would jump on one of those so fucking hard, man.
I'll never be able to afford one, but...
You could also make your own for a lot cheaper.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're already doing that, you might as well just do like a V8 turbo, you know, like an LS turbo in it.
That's true, but I don't think it'd be cool as a 3000 series. I don't even know.
Did you see the guy with the direct injection 4.3? It was on Facebook earlier.
The Buick
Grand National?
Yeah, dude, that was
Oh my god. That dude's fucking attention to detail and machining work is like,
oh yeah, no, I seen that because he bought like a LS style fucking intake and chopped it down and
he bought like the big Holly aftermarket intake and cut it down to fit a 6-cylinder and all that. Oh, it was
yeah,
just
dude,
crazy.
It was gorgeous, man.
And then like show quality painted it all when it was done.
Oh yeah. You know, the guy he was clearly had the hookup because it was. I'm like, okay, there's some. Oh, he painted. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, that guy's got some solid fuck you money.
Right. My buddy of mine just bought one of those. Not a T. It's a T-type though, but it has Grand National badges on it. It's been painted up like a Grand National.
Is he gonna let you do burnouts in it?
He just got it, so I am. Did they say
so
no?
yes, he should totally let you do burnouts then.
No, but his Nova's even meaner. He has a Novo that he's planning on throwing a blown 383 in it or something.
I don't know, you might as well just stuff a junkyard LS with a turbo in it and just call it a day. Just
Oh,
LS everything.
Yeah, I think he wants to go big power.
Yeah. Just cookie cutter stamp out everything like everybody else does nowadays.
Right. Because that's not predictable.
No. I mean, nowadays it's more shocking when people don't do an LS and stuff. Like,
Right.
you know, like 2000, 2001, it was pretty rare to see someone have an LS swapped anything. But now everything has an LS in it.
Well, that's because it's such a great fucking power plant. And it's in a tiny package.
Yes.
Much like us, we can relate.
Yes, I
At
have a
least-
tiny package.
Yeah, I
know.
can relate to that, yeah.
10 minutes. And
10
you've already
minutes.
eaten the damn cookies.
There's one left. That's Johnny's, though. He's
Oh.
been milking it.
It's because I ate not too long ago before I came.
Well, I, for some crazy reason, thought you might be on time, so, like,
Hey, I was only like...
I didn't bother to stop for food.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair.
There we go. I felt like Wisconsin's on Pit My Ride. Like, yo, dog, I heard you like road construction. So we're going to block every route to your friend's house. So I'm like, fuck.
Speaking of that, they're closing the road my work is on tomorrow until 7 a.m. I'm like, I have to be there at 6. Awesome.
Yeah, right. And it's here, because I live half an hour away. There's road construction going out by the golf course. I don't know if you know where that is.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's road construction going out on Milwaukee Street in front of Hammer's house here. So I had to go around that.
You have all-wheel drive.
I do, but I'm not.
Where you're going, you don't need roads.
But my car's so low it needs roads.
No, just more clutch kicks. It'll make it.
Right.
Put some all-terrains on that thing. Just saws all the fenders out and put like 33s on it.
Max out the coilovers for height. There we go.
No, leave them low. Just sawzall everything out of the way of the tires. You don't want to get your center of gravity too far off.
So say, hey, man, if you want us to play with the Sawzall, I got stuff to do.
I've got sawzalls and lots of blades. I used to work at a place that just kept me rolling in Milwaukee sawzall blades.
Oh, nice.
So, I'm stocked up for a while in case I need
Do you have a DeWalt Sawzall?
I have an old school Milwaukee. It's like the first ever quick release blade ones.
Nice. Because a friend of mine that was letting me use his DeWalt, but the battery charger took a shit. So I have no way to charge the batteries.
18 volt or?
Yeah, I think it's an 18 or 20.
Not the fancy new lithium ion ones?
It's not the fancy new one, no.
I could totally charge the battery for you.
Yeah.
Or I could just give you like $5 for the saw, and I could just use it for my own purposes.
Well, it's not mine, so.
Well, that's why I'll give you $5 for it.
It disappeared, man.
Look, it gone. I don't think those chargers are very expensive anymore. I think the chargers are only like $10 or $15 nowadays.
Right, but I'm just trying to find somebody with a battery that is charged,
Oh.
so I can test the unit and make.
Test the unit.
Because if the unit's garbage, there's no point in buying a charger. But we did get it to work for like 8 seconds, and then the battery died. So it's like,
That's exciting. I do have an 18-volt battery. I mean, not with me, clearly, but I have an 18-volt DeWalt drill, so I have 2 batteries. You're welcome to, I guess, stop by and try it if you want or something.
Sure. Maybe I'll have to come back for tacos.
I'm not going all the way home to Milton just to come back here to have tacos. I'm going to sit here and think about tacos, and then I'm going to eat the taco. It's going to be awesome.
Does she know about this?
I think so. I just texted her it,
Yes.
so. And I just texted her that I was excited to eat tacos.
The sister is fully well aware of what we are doing for dinner tonight. In point of fact, she was the one who voluntold me to make dinner.
I say, I
tonight.
think she's buying too.
Okay, I was about to say I didn't think y'all caught the innuendo there.
Yeah, I think she's buying the taco.
Well, I think she was made with the taco.
That's different.
Oh no, he
That
will
one's
more
not
than
for
likely
sharing.
be eating more than one type of taco tonight.
Right.
That's kind of just an understood thing.
Possibly.
Probably,
Possibly.
definitely,
Maybe.
expectedly,
Can only hope.
potentially.
I mean, just imagine, like, smash a bite of taco, lick a taco, smash a bite of taco, lick a taco.
Hey man, we love tacos so much. I took your girl and I put a taco inside of her taco.
I feel like that's a great way to get an infection.
If not a UTI.
Johnny, why don't you try this out for us? Let us know how it goes.
I'm gonna pass on that, but why don't you get yourself a Portuguese breakfast?
I don't think so. It's
But
not-
you know what it is.
Yes,
Okay.
but that's so not my cup of tea. Some food items do not belong in the bedroom. Eggs is definitely one of them.
Well, you get to use your cock as a whisk.
Yeah. I don't think mine's long enough for that.
Join the club.
Says the guy who looks like 3 tennis balls hanging in a gym sock.
Those are just his testicles, though.
3.
Because only one
Yeah.
ball is required for racing.
Well, you gotta have the pearlescent testicle.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it sparklier.
Bedazzle.
Bedazzle? We're not talking about your pants now, are we?
I thought that's what you were getting at.
No, I was not referring to your pantaloons at all.
Not
I'm
what?
totally distracted by tacos at this point.
Oh, okay.
That's all I can think about.
Yeah, we might as well just end the show right now and go
Yeah,
get some
let's
tacos.
just call it.
Let's just go smash some
Good, we
tacos.
are at an hour.
All right. Peace out. We're going to eat tacos.
Peace out, bendejos.